Power Book 3, Raising K-Dogs, Episode 2. Thoughts?
Oh, shit.
Was it a slow start for you guys, or was it like, how did it feel starting out? Did it feel like it got into it like how they did last week, or it felt like they kind of like not dragged it, but there was a lot of momentum, and then slowly they started to like come kicking in with what was going on?
I like that they highlighted the realness of the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Kanan and his mother. Like, I accepted you as part of the business now. I accepted that you know what's going on. But at the same time, like, man, we're playing for very high stakes. Like the scene where he threw the phone book, the guys was coming down the street throwing the phone books, her moving him to sit on the stash house as like busy work, not necessarily as, oh, well, this is you learning, right? Like giving him different tasks to make him earn his spot, as opposed to another young man that we knew, a little different.
What you just mentioned in the fact that, they were obviously afraid of the whole phone book situation. She told him, be scared of them or be scared of me, which is something that she also said in episode 1 when he got into the fight. So obviously there's a common recurring theme of fear pushing all of their actions. What do y'all think about that?
Fear's an influence. It's going to make you do some shit. You know what I mean? Some shit you might not want to do, but it's going to make you act accordingly or more militant, like I said before. Like, and he ain't going to be scared of the ops. He's like, nigga, I don't want to disappoint my mom. So in fear of disappointment, I'm going to stay on my game so I make my mom proud while we doing this shit.
Yeah, fear is good in their game. Fear is good because it keeps you alert, keeps you awake, keeps you alive. Right? It doesn't allow you to have lapses in judgment. It doesn't allow you to have moments where you let your guard down. So
leave yourself too vulnerable.
Yeah, and in the type of situation, and especially Kanan, like, you need to be scared. Like, I got to send you back and forth to school every day with a price on your head. So just until we get this whole thing situated, figured out, you kind of have to lay low.
Omar Epps seems to be siding with Unique in the pending war between Unique and Raq.
I don't think he's siding with Unique. I think he is
on Unique's payroll.
Not even that, because I feel like he works. Obviously, he works with Raquel and Unique, right?
You think he's playing both sides?
Yeah, he's massaging the situation, right? So he's getting it to come to a head to where he could end up looking like the hero for taking them both out, right? Putting them in a situation where they start fighting, right? Tensions rise. And now here he is, superhero cop, super Negro, and he comes save the day because he got the drop on Unique and Raquel. So like I don't buy that he actually won one king, one game, one bro. Nah, I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe.
I want to make sure you're sitting on that throne at the end of the day.
I recognize a snake hissing from a mile away. I don't trust bro at all. Not as far as I can throw him. So I don't think he has completely chose. I think he's finessing the situation right now. He's planting seeds.
Davina, Buck 20's girlfriend, seems to be completely devoid of life. The life has been taken out of her now that Buck 20 has been killed. Any thoughts on that? Because obviously that can't be a good position for her to be in. Do you think it plays out later in the season at all?
Her life in general is kind of jacked up, though. Like, she said her situation at home is fucked up, and now your boyfriend is gone, and you finding out that he was sliding with another shorty the day before. And it's just like, who do you run to in this situation? Like, you out here walking your little sister in the dark, just hurt that they wrote only 4 sentences about that boy. Like,
first of all, you a sick man. Because how you gonna do her boyfriend? How you gonna put him down? And then you all in the principal's office. Yeah, you know, I hope you okay. I hope you feeling all right. You worse than the niggas who steal some shit from somebody and help them look
and
for
help
it.
you find you.
That's the type of shit you on right now. How you over? Oh, is that your little sister? Get the fuck away. Get away, Kanan. Back up.
I'll be waiting for you.
Killed Buck 20. Yeah, you killed Buck 20. Don't even listen to that. It's lies. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no beef.
Talking. Yo, that's just proves whenever niggas say that bullshit, you know niggas be talking, they be telling the truth, don't it?
Yo.
Niggas are telling the truth. You snake ass nigga.
That's a different style of dirty macking. That is a different style of dirty macking.
That's worse. What's worse? That's worse than just hating on him, trying to backdoor him. But he's going to get himself, I feel like, a little twisted widow girl, because there's no way that stays quiet. There's no way you just ride off with her and she never finds out that you killed Buck 20, which when he said there wasn't no beef, he wasn't even really lying, because the only beef was he had the girl you wanted. Literally, the only smoke was that he had what you wanted.
And technically his people was on his mom's block before he got involved.
Yeah, but that wasn't his smoke. Yeah, that wasn't his smoke.
It wasn't his smoke. Yeah, you just mad he had your girl that your crush. That's all it was.
Those were blocks that were already given up, that didn't have nothing to do with you. And you took it upon yourself to create a whole situation for everybody involved. Man, the fucking parallels. If Tariq would have just calmed the fuck down and let Ghost and Tommy handle Raymond, his ass wouldn't have been talking about going to fucking jail when his dad was running for governor. But no, he couldn't sit his black ass down in the house. He couldn't just sit down.
Mind his goddamn business.
Here go Kanan, right? The situation was already taken care of. The deal was already pieced up. Here you go with a 22, and you just shot this boy over something that don't belong to you or your mama.
Symphony Bosket. Terrible name, by the way. Terrible fucking name.
That name's trash.
He's a New York historian.
We'll talk about that. So Symphony Bosket's relationship obviously means something for them to show it so much. And with him having such a knowledge about the city, do we think it's a possibility that Symphony could either be A, a cop or some kind of snitch informant, or B, future competition?
I don't get the feeling that they're big enough to have undercovers within their organization. Like, the organization is not big enough for them to implant somebody like that and it not raise any red flags. That's just he could be a cop. He could be. My first thought when he be giving her, the architectural history, there it is, of New York, my first thought is like, damn, man, he gonna die. Somebody gonna get their hands on him and try to leverage that against her. Like, damn, yeah, man, you smart. You probably everything she need in a man. You gonna die. Okay. You gonna die because
you're too good for your own good.
Yeah, nobody gets what they actually want or actually probably need in the Power universe. It's a story of despair. So she not about to just go off and live her life happily with Symphony. I don't know nobody present day named Symphony, so I think it's safe to assume that he's going to get somehow, some sort of way.
He's gonna be a history.
Yeah, he literally gonna be history. Like, literally.
He's gonna be a milestone. Nobody disrespects my girl.
Hey, I start fucking cracking up. I'm like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here with this Fisher Price game, boy, but it's working though. It's working.
Can I say it?
Say it.
Him and his daughter like snow.
I was just about to say that. I noticed another parallel.
You said they both got a weakness?
Yeah, they both got a weakness for snow. Yup, they both do.
They both ornery and mad. but then you know what I'm saying, they get them a little slice of wonder, and
yep.
you know they be all right with the world. That's whatever.
They get a sip of that milk of magnesia and they get all soft.
Yeah. Do y'all get the impression that Marvin's part of it with old girl, with the manager of the club? Is that strategic? Do y'all feel like?
In a way.
I don't think he's that smart to be that strategic.
Because he's gonna move product into the club.
Okay, so here's why I think it is, and I think it's amazing that they're telling the story that way if it is, because look, it's going to play into something else that we're probably going to talk about a little later in the review. But the way that night was set up with everyone, Raq included, Raq, Lulu, and Marvin, it seemed as though everyone was exactly where they needed to be at a very particular time. And so if we look at that scene that way, then everything that happened with the club manager prior to that night makes sense. Timing. The crazy stuff happened with her dog, right? So she's on edge, she's mad, she ain't trusting nobody. In walks Money Mark, smiling and grinning ear to ear. He dappered down, he fresh, his cut is clean, he's pushing a cutlass. So he's that guy. I don't know if it's a cutlass. I don't know what he's driving, but you get my point. He's there at a moment where she's very vulnerable, right? Mm-hmm. And he seems to provide her everything that
she needs,
that she's looking for, that she needs at a time that she needs it most. And that conveniently, kind of pushes them into a place where now they don't have a problem pushing their product in that very popular club anymore all of a sudden.
Okay, so you're saying it from a stance of this is a plan from everybody, like Raq, Lulu, like them as a group, as opposed
everyone has an understanding about what their role is. And so if there was something that was, because we talked about how Marvin looks a lot like Kane, and he continues to show, certain spots where he's acting like Kane. If there was one departure from that, it was the fact that he knows his role. He knows what he's able to provide to the team to make the whole better. And so that I do kind of feel like a lot of it is just his personality, right? But also, I don't think he just gets locked up for some random white chick for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, he ain't about to do no bid. Nigga be out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He'll be out by Monday morning, if not Sunday morning, fam. Like, she gonna come scooping from the precinct.
Right, she gonna pick him up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the title of this episode is Reaping and Sowing, right? So we all know you reap what you sow, you get the consequences of your actions. Mm-hmm. In this case, we don't really know who killed Buck 20 between Kanan and D-Wiz. D-Wiz is out here like, look, everybody know, like I'm the one that put that bullet in. I'm the one that put in that work. Kanan is somebody who was thought to be a part of that. Like we think Kanan might have done it. We don't really know for sure. So obviously D-Wiz met his consequence. He got shot at the end of the episode. But do we think that losing his friend D-Wiz is the only consequence that Kanan has? Or is there going to be more consequences for Kanan coming up?
Well, so first of all, with D-Wiz and Kanan, like while they was at school, right? So I found it interesting that both of them potentially caught their first body, right? And it's like how detached they were from that. Like, I don't think we really saw what, taking another man's life does to a 15-year-old kid in the show until like the very end of this episode where Kanan is reading Buck 20's obituary. All right. So like the whole episode, neither one of them seemed like it's even on the front of their minds at all. So I thought that you probably could have expounded on that a little bit more. Because you definitely not just cool walking around going to school after shot somebody for the first time. I didn't get that part. But in terms of D-Wiz getting what was coming to him, right? They made him out to be the patsy. I haven't looked up the story yet, but they mentioned somebody when they were sitting at the diner in the morning after Marvin was talking about, you remember what I'm talking about? They mentioned somebody's name, like we got a Reggie Williams, this
Reggie
or something.
Jackson,
Reggie Jackson. Yeah,
I can tell you. So Reggie Jackson is a baseball player. He used to play for the Yankees back in the day. Reggie Jackson was known for smoking a lot of weed. So remember when they got back to Rock's house and it was like, yeah, I don't want to do this as much as you don't, before they went for the party. So Reggie Jackson smokes a lot of weed. You know, when somebody gets shot, you got so basically, you got to set him up and smoke him. It was a code. You know how they always talking in code.
Yeah.
So Reggie Jackson,
which is why Lulu called Rock at the end and said home run.
And said home run. Yeah, that's all it was. A parallel to the old nigga who used to play for the Yankees.
Got it. When she said that, and they was asking all them questions about D-Wiz or who he stayed with and all that other stuff, I thought for sure they was gonna pin it on his brother. I was like, okay, so he just got out. His little brother might have, you know, some issues with some niggas on the block. Maybe he does the work for his little bro because he's the one that's experienced. He's the one who has, you know, he has experience doing those kind of things. So I thought that they were going to try and pin it on him.
Nah,
and
I thought
give
they were going to make
him up as the body. Like, yeah, make him the body. I didn't think they was going to kill D-Wiz.
No, I thought they was going to make him his brother a soldier, if anything. The way I saw it.
I kind of thought that too at one point.
Because she was asking if that's where he got the guns from, but I knew as soon as they said that shit, I was like, oh yeah, they gonna kill this little nigga.
Damn.
I just felt it. As soon as he pulled it, I was like, oh yeah, it's a wrap.
They tried to give him the night of his life, but damn.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was either they're gonna kill him or they're gonna make him like a part of this because they gave him the best night of his life. So it was either one of those two things, and you know, obviously it is what it is.
And what's trippy about it is they didn't let the ops, their enemies, like
do
catch the drop on him. Like, he didn't do himself. And I know that shit hurt. Like, man, I just imagine myself in that position. Like, if one of my nephew's friends did some bullshit, now I gotta smoke this little nigga. Like,
but the flip side to that is that if you don't do it, they might end up getting Kanan. They might end up catching with him, especially because bro's reflexes are slower than shit right now.
Yeah.
And you go, word. like he too slow. So like they had to do it, I guess, in a way.
They had no choice because it was going to start a war and a bunch of other innocent people was going to. It's going to happen regardless. But to quiet shit down, somebody had to go, and of course, you're not going to let them get your son. So
you know who's going to unravel it all? You know who's going to unravel it all? Yeah. Oh yeah, Jukebox,
and the other girl.
She's going to unravel it all because she's seen. Is it D-Nice or D-Wiz?
D-Wiz.
D-Wiz get in the car with Lulu when she was getting off the bus. So whatever story they try to feed Kanan about how he ended up getting killed, it's going to be there with her their entire time now. And how long until she tells her favorite cousin what actually happened to his best friend?
That leads me to another question. So obviously with them holding on to a potential secret in how D-Wiz got killed, plus the fact that Kanan is at the stash house sitting, and obviously he was already lied to by Rock. Like, is that going to play any kind of, future implications? Like, do you think that's
I don't think he finds out no time soon. That's going to be one of them. That's going to be one of them plot threads that drags all the way out. It's gonna play all the way out, and you probably won't see. Yeah, you won't see the chickens come home to roost on that until the end of some big arc. Like, don't expect Kanan to just know
kind of future implications with all.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not going away. This is 50 Cent in his whole narrations. Like, I feel like they place those parts of the show really well. He doesn't it's not overbearing. He comes in and he explains things at times where it's either necessary or it flows well. So at the end of this episode, when he popped in, he was like, man, you can always tell when there's a turn, when something clicks or something changes, You are, again, he said the little lines about the beginning and the end. But
he said the Isaac
journey,
Newton stuff about every action having a reaction.
Yep. So this is definitely going to be a catalyst for some type of turn, whether that be for Raquel, whether that be for Lulu, whether that's for Kanan. But it's going to be, this is going to be a footnote in whatever ride we're on right now, whatever story arc we're on right now, for sure.
Any thoughts going into episode 3?
So I wonder where the story is going to go to in the meantime. Now that the streets they got their body back, now the balance is restored.
I feel like it's gonna cause another problem. Like Unique is gonna know this wasn't done by any of Buck's peoples.
Oh, he don't care though. I don't think Unique give a fuck about how he got there. He just fed his people what they wanted, which is retribution.
Yeah.
I don't think he care about who got there. Now, if they have to deal with blowback from D-Wiz's brother, that could end up being an issue going forward. If he won't smoke with, obviously he will, with whoever deaded his brother, and he points that energy at Unique, well, Unique can come back and be like, hey, look, you made this one situation right, but then you created a whole nother problem for me. So
yeah, that'd be too messy.
What you got going on? Yeah, what you got going on?
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to see in episode 3.
Hey! Where y'all going? Where y'all going?
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this, go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.